Hi, I'm Nick Foo, and this is my audio-video mix project. The theme I'm going to be discussing today is dysfunctionalities in institutions that specifically affect African American communities. I picked this theme because when we were discussing Parable of the Sours by Octavia Butler, I saw how the way she described her dystopian world kind of reflected some of the issues we had in our society today. And the two video clips are from the TV show The Wire, which follows the story about the fight of war on drugs and how it affects the communities around it. The two audio clips are both songs, one by Mos Def called Mathematics, the other by Tupac called Changes. And what I learned by completing this project is how complex and layered some of the issues are in established institutions, and how flawed they are, and how deeply rooted they are, and how they affect many American communities, not just black communities. The first audio file is the song Mathematics by Mos Def. Being that the song name is called Mathematics, he really wants to break down the issues kind of like a science of the flaws in the institutions in America. He really wants to uncover and break down the problems fundamentally because of how complex they can be and how many different things are affecting and failing so many communities. He really wants everyone to be aware of some of the flaws and injustice that's going on, and he doesn't want many members of the community to be taken advantage of in the system.
Bucka. Ha. You know the deal. This is me, though. Beats by Supremo for all of my people, Negroes and Latinos, and even the gringos. Yo, check it, 1 for Charlie Hustle, 2 for Steady Rock, 3 for the forthcoming live future shock. It's 5 dimensions, 6 senses, 7 firmaments of heaven and hell, 8 million stories to tell, 9 planets faithfully keep an orbit with the probable temp. The universe expands length, the body of my text possess extra strength. Power lifted, powerless, up out of this terror and inferno. My ink so hot it burned through the journal. I'm blacker than midnight on Broadway and Myrtle. Hip hop past all your tall social hurdles, like the nationwide projects, prison industry complex. Working class poor, better keep your alarm set. Streets too loud to ever hear freedom ring. Say evacuate your sleep. It's dangerous to dream, but your chain cats get they chip back. You dead now. Killing fields need blood to graze the cash cow. It's a numbers game, but shit don't add up somehow. Like I got 16 to 32 bars to rock it, but only 15% of profits. Ever seen my pockets like 69 billion in the last 20 years spent on national defense, but folks still live in fear like nearly half of America's largest cities is 1/4 black. That's why they gave Ricky Ross all the crack. 16 ounces to a pound, 20 more to a key. A 5-minute sentence here and then you're no longer free. 40% of Americans own a cell phone so they can hear everything that you say when you ain't home. I guess Michael Jackson was right, you are not alone. Rock your hard hat black as you in the terror dome. Full of hard niggas, large niggas, dice tumblers, young teens in prison greens placing life numbers. Crack mothers, crack babies, and AIDS patients. Young bloods can't spell but they can rock you a PlayStation. This new math is whipping motherfuckers ass. You wanna know how to rhyme, you better learn how to add. It's mathematics.
Mighty Mos Def.
It's simple mathematics. Check it out. I'll revolve around science.
What are we doing?
Deadly weapon. Possession of a handgun again. Followed by violation of parole on weapon charges. Followed by 1 count of attempted murder and use of a handgun in commission of a felony.
That wasn't no attempt murder.
What was it, Mr. Little?
I shot the boy Mike in his hind parts, that all. Fixed it so he couldn't sit right.
Why'd you shoot Mike in his hind parts, Mr. Little?
Let's say we had a disagreement.
A disagreement over?
Well, you see, Mike thought he should keep that cocaine he was slinging and the money he was making from slinging it. I thought otherwise.
So you rob drug dealers. This is what you do.
Yes, sir.
You walk the streets of Baltimore with a gun, taking what you want when you want it, willing to use violence when your demands aren't met. This is who you are. Why should we believe your testimony then? Why believe anything you say?
That's up to y'all, really.
You say you aren't here testifying against the defendant because of any deal you made with police.
True that.
That you're here because you want to tell the truth about what happened to Mr. Gant in that housing project parking lot.
Yep.
When in fact, you are exactly the kind of person who would, if you felt you needed to, shoot a man down on a housing project parking lot and then lie to the police about it, would you not?
Hey, look, I ain't never put my gun on no citizen.
You are amoral, are you not? You are feeding off the violence and the despair of the drug trade. You're stealing from those who themselves are stealing the lifeblood from our city. You are a parasite who leeches off
Just like you,
the culture
man.
of drugs. Excuse me? What?
I got the shotgun. You got the briefcase. It's on the game, though, right?
One of the most important lines in this scene is when the witness Omar replies and criticizes the lawyer when he says it's all part of the game, and says how he's playing the game the same as himself. And and I think this is one of the most important overarching themes of the show, and also applies directly to the issues of dysfunctionality in institutions. How the failure of the system and how it's set up, it kind of creates a vicious game where everyone's just kind of play each other and trying to take advantage of whatever situation they're in. The second audio piece is a song by Changes by Tupac. There are a lot of similarities in the message he's saying, and I think the main character Lauren from Parable of Sours, and how they both are trying to have an empathetic approach to kind of the failures in society. More specifically, Lauren creates this religion that is based upon always changing and evolving itself and its followers, and that's really what Tupac was really trying to say in this song, and that people have to be actively changing and have to have a different approach to some of the issues that are occurring during the time if they really want effective change.
I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I fix myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, killing, he's a hero. Get it back to the kids who the hell cares. One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as a brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's how it's supposed to be. How can the devil take a brother if he's close to me? I let it go back to when we played as kids, but then changed. That's the way it is. Come on, come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
This last clip is from the last scene of The Wire, Wire series finale. It really encompasses the true consequences of issues and flaws in institutions of cities like Baltimore and other communities alike. We see that there are no good or bad guys throughout the show because they're all forced to play the game of the system and the ways that the things are set up. Whether it's in politics, and economic reasons, law enforcement, or the justice system and education. They're all forced to kind of abide by the system. And we see in the scene that there's a compilation of many different characters and how they are affected by the dysfunctions of institutions, and how the true main character of the show is the game that all of these people have to play.
If you walk through the garden, you better watch your back. Well, I beg your pardon, walk a straight and narrow track. If you walk with Jesus, you'll save your soul. All right. You gotta keep the devil down in the hole. He's got the fire and the fury at his command. Well, you don't have to worry if you hold on to Jesus' hand. We'll all be safe from Satan. Thank you. When the thunder rolls. Thank you. Gotta keep the devil way down in the hole.
Zorzy, we're up against it for the E-Dot. Okay, 3 minutes for Christ's sake. Don't get your panties in a knot.
All the angels sing about Jesus' mighty soul, and they shield you with their wings, keep you close to the Lord.
Madam Prosecutor, gentlemen.
Don't pay heed to temptation.
First case up, and I have to
Oh,
recuse
his
myself.
hands are so cold.
Your Honor, I appreciate the concern.
You gotta keep the devil